Ladies and gentlemen, today we have multiple updates. We have some Switch 2 news, we have some information about Nvidia and the Switch, we have some information about the strangest Switch game I've ever heard of, and some information about the next Mario movie. So let's just go and get right into it. Lately I've been doing videos where I have multiple news stories in it, and I've been having a lot of fun making these kind of videos. So if you enjoy this instead of just one singular topic, let me know in the comments below. But we have a couple things to go over today, so before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, it would really mean the world to me. We are officially on our way to 10,000 subscribers, and now let's just go ahead and get right into it. So at this point, we know it's no secret that there is a new Nintendo console on the horizon. Nintendo came out and said that they're going to reveal it this fiscal year, which means the Japanese fiscal year, which goes up to March. But even though we know there's a new Nintendo console on the horizon, what kind of console is that going to be? If you're like me, we just assume it's going to be a better version of the Switch. That's what we all want. We know Nintendo could do some wacky stuff or go out there and just do something insane, but I think they see that the Switch is so successful, why do that? And we do see it's a trend with Nintendo when they have a pretty popular console to go from Game Boy to Game Boy Advance, Wii to Wii U, DS to 3DS. So with the Switch being so popular, that kind of seems that's going to be the case. So a few days ago we reported that the next Nintendo console codename was going to be Muji, I think. And then immediately that was thrown out the window. And now we have Midori giving us an insight into the next codename and maybe the reason why. Maybe the codename is Ounce because Nintendo is able to put stronger hardware into a portable device that is still not too heavy to use, so it's similar to the GameCube name. So Midori is a Sega and Atlas leaker, and now they've been leaking more and more Switch 2 stuff, and we're like, how is this even possible? How are you getting this information? In conversations with developers, including Atlas and Sega over the past few years, the next hardware is using the name Switch 2 or New Switch, but I do not think that is the final name. So in my opinion, that's 100% confirmation that this is just a better version of the Switch. It's not like this is breaking news or anything, but I think it's just another check off that's yeah, this is a better Switch. And that's what we all want. But there is a little problem, I think, internally. We know Nvidia works on the chips for the Switch and now the Switch 2. There's rumored to be a Nvidia T239 chip, but I think at the time that would come out, that would be dated technology. And it seems Nvidia is thinking the same thing. So I've translated this post right here, but it says Nvidia is frustrated by Nintendo and is working on a new SoC for handheld gaming devices and consoles. It seems that Nintendo always chooses technology that is 3 generations behind, and that even for $1 they don't want to upgrade the GPU for a new generation model, and therefore leave out important features. Nvidia sees a market potential that they believe they are not taking advantage of enough with Nintendo alone, and they would already be collaborating with MediaTek on a SoC for gaming handhelds. So Nvidia is probably coming to Nintendo saying, look, I know we're working on this and this is what you want, but that's multiple generations behind what's current. And Nintendo's reasoning is probably well, it's a little bit cheaper, we're able to manipulate it to make it look better than it is, and it is what it is, right? So it is strange that Nvidia is coming to Nintendo saying that we could do better, but Nintendo doesn't want to do better. So I wonder what that means for the future of Nintendo and Nvidia working together. So let's take a step down memory lane. If you're like me, you've been playing games for multiple decades, and you remember when you had to use an actual memory card. I remember I used to play games over and over, and then I would turn it off and it would delete before I even knew you needed a memory card. But then once you got the memory card, everything was fine until that memory card would delete itself. You would get a corrupted file, you would try to play your game, and everything would be deleted. It was an awful day. Well, check out this new Switch game. This new Switch game deletes your saves on purpose. Losing save data is one of the worst things that can happen in a game, but Overmorrow, an upcoming title on the Nintendo Switch, does exactly that. Only this time it's on purpose. This is an indie adventure game that erases players' progress after 30 in-game days, presenting a unique adventure with a gimmick that promises to make it all worth it. The game takes a top-down isometric view of a pixelated landscape and characters, and tasks players with solving the mysteries of the strange island on which they awaken within 30 days or lose everything and start from the beginning. I wonder what you would call a game like this. Would that be considered a roguelike adventure or not? I don't know. I'm confused. The game sounds interesting, but I'm curious what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below if this is something you would check out. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit more news. The Super Mario movie was a massive success. Probably bigger than anybody thought it was going to be. And in my opinion, it was actually pretty good. But what about the future Mario movies? Who should play Wario in a future Nintendo movie? Danny Devito would play Wario in the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 on one condition. When asked specifically if he'd be up to playing Wario in a follow-up to the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Devito offered an optimistic response suggesting that he's open to any of these possible roles. However, perhaps by considering how much money the first film made at the box office, Devito said he had won a lot of money to play Wario in the Super Mario Bros. Movie too. I can't remember who worked on the Mario movie off the top of my head. I think it was DreamWorks maybe, or Illumination. Whoever, Nintendo, pay this man a bunch of money because this needs to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about all this information? Down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear from you guys. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you could. I would really appreciate a follow. And you guys know me, I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.